3, we have one of the teams that had the advantage of having a home leg this season, the UP Yoddhas, and they've had a very interesting season. They had lost a couple of big names pre-auction, but the young players have really come through, and the way they've come through has just been staggering in terms of how they found that perfect mix between attack and defense.
Yeah, well, unlike some of the other teams, they don't seem to have a major star, and that's worked to their advantage. They are underrated, without doubt, and I think teams have been surprised with their overall play, not focusing on any one star in the defense or in the offense as well on the raids. And which is why they've sort of gone under the radar. Next thing you know, they're number 3 in the league. So they've done very well on that score. I wonder if the lack of stardom is going to be a bit of a problem at the playoff stage, because you do need that outstanding guy, whether in the raid or in the defense, or who is feared by the opposition. I wonder if they have that. Maybe not.
But they've got 3, I'm going to say 4 actually. Surender Gill is back, played the previous game, but they've got 4 of the tallest raiders in the Pro Kabaddi this season. Bharat Hooda, Gagan Gowda, Surender Gill and Bhavani Rajput. And Bhavani Rajput's reach, he just turned around games with the super raids. It's like almost he can reach the entire court.
Well, you make an important point about the height of raiders. I think it does make a very big difference. But sometimes it comes at a price. And I think, what's the ideal height? I don't know. What's the ideal height of, say, a fast bowler? Maybe 6'2". A little taller, sometimes you get into trouble. What's the ideal height of a raider? Maybe 6, that's it. Because if you're a little taller, it takes a little more time for the limbs to work. And which is why, although height is an advantage, it does come at a bit of a price in Kabaddi. And, well, Surender's lack of form, I think, is a major worry for them. But they've got the others that you mentioned. Yeah. And none of them is a massive star, but they go under the radar and they get a couple of points when you don't expect them. So once again, they're good for a surprise element, but they just don't inspire that level of, come on, let's go do it. Because they themselves may not believe as much in them as they should in terms of confidence levels. It'll happen though.
But they've got a backing of a very solid defense. They've got Hitesh and, of course, Sumit, the captain. They're the only team other than Haryana to have 2 defenders in the top 10 of list of tackle points this season, which is a massive boost for them, I would say.
Yeah, I think Sumit leads the team very well, without doubt. He's got a lot of confidence. Once again, not a flashy guy. He sort of somehow is there on the corners and hanging around, and all of a sudden his tackles are fabulous, independent tackles as well. I think he leads the team very well, which makes a big difference, as we mentioned earlier, the leadership, just keeping everybody calm, keeping everybody organized. But, once again, the lack of a really big star, I think, I do say in the same breath that it's the overall team, right? It's a team game, but often all 7 are not in there. So then you need to have a couple of stars who can somehow do it, even when there are 3 or 4 or even 2 or 3 people on the mat. And there, UP may suffer because of the lack of that big, trustworthy star, particularly during the raids on the offense. But I think defensively they're doing very well, without doubt.
They may not have a big star, but never rule out the UP Yoddhas. We've seen time and again this season, last 1 minute, they've just somehow have this knack of pulling it across the last 1 minute. I think that should just give them a big boost of confidence.
I'll tell you why, because they're underrated. People don't expect them to come up with that fabulous last-minute effort. And they have several times. But you need a close match for them to showcase that again.
Correct.
If the other teams that they're playing against in the playoffs get a bit of a 5-7 point lead, then I don't think UP will be able to pull the surprise that you're talking about. But they've done very well in that area.